Well, g'day everyone. Today we are having a squiz at Legendary Pilots retro game. I'm pretty excited about this actually. It's a retro, I'll say flight simulator very loosely. It's a Microprose game. I'm a big Microprose fan. I grew up, well, I didn't grow up. I was already grown up when computers came out, to be honest, and, the Commodores and stuff, the Commodore 64, the Amiga. And I played a lot of Microprose stuff back in the day, and I just, I don't know, I just have a really soft spot for them. And this one is a Microprose game. It's less of a simulator and more of an airline manager where you get to hire crew, you fly your plane, you fly your flights, you can buy different planes and all that type of stuff, and you basically manage a sort of an aviation business, because you can fight bushfires and do water bombing and all of that type of stuff. It is very, very retro. It's very pixelated. In the settings there is settings here that allow you to set how much pixelation is in the game. So I've got it set to mid. I've got the music turned off because I know for a fact that it is copyright. You can also change the stylization, so you can go amber, you can go green, you can go latte, and you can go coffee, just to get that real retro vibe. But we're not going to do that. I'm just going to leave that off, the stylization. So what we're going to do is let's head over to our office. Let's head over to my hangar actually, and I'll show you what we actually have at the moment. We are Air Goal. This is our livery here, and at the moment this is our aircraft that we have. It's a CV240, which I think replaced the DC3 from memory. We have an engineer, or we have to hire an engineer actually to be able to do maintenance on our aircraft and maintain them. So what we can have a look at, exactly how much it's going to cost us to hire. And you can run through and you can see their skills and their attitude and all that type of stuff. And the better they are, obviously, the more it costs you. But for starting off, they do skill up as they go. So let's say, for example, his skills aren't very good. His knowledge is good. This guy's skills, yeah, they're pretty good. His attitude's pretty poor, but I'm gonna employ him. What can I do for you, boss? Analyze the aircraft. And you've got to maintain your aircraft and your fleet and stuff, which is actually really, really cool. So he's just analysing everything. The avionics are at 91%. What else have we got while he analyses that? So fix all issues is going to cost us 10,631. The hydraulics are at 90, and the engine's at 94. Now I believe if you go below 80%, it says up here you can have in-flight failures, which is pretty cool. But you can see his engineering skill is 29 of 100. Let's get him to fix it, and as he fixes it, I'm guessing he's going to level up as well, and his skills are going to be probably going to become better. So anyway, there we go. So we've done that, which is really, really cool. Let's get out of here. The planes that are available is the CV240, which is what I bought. We have an AN24. Gives you all the stats over here on how many passengers, all that type of stuff. That's 350 thou. The Embraer 120. I do like the Embraers as an aircraft. I actually did a startup on one of these. I worked for the airport for years, and I was out on the tarmac doing some maintenance and talking to one of the engineers, and he said, I'm about to fire it up. Would you like to come in and do the startup procedure? So I went in and sat in the cockpit with him and did the startup procedure, which was pretty cool. So I do like the Embraers. There's a Fokker 70 right here, and as you can see, as you go up, you know, the more passenger capacity and all that type of stuff. We have the Yak 40, which is a pretty cool little one, but it only has 32 seats. It costs less than the 80 seats on the Fokker. We have the ERJ family, which is this is an Embraer 135. I think, and there's larger versions of the Embraer. We've got the Tupolev TU 134, which is a 72-seat aircraft. We have the SSJ 100, which will be pretty cool once we get up to that and stuff. I can do a series on this. This is the A319. If you guys want to see a little sort of mini series on this. And then we have the 737-200 as well, with the old long engines. I don't know, most of you guys probably can't remember those flying around, but I can, and that's like $1.8 million, and that's what we've got. When you buy an aircraft, you've got to set a pilot, co-pilot, stewardess, and steward as well, and they play a role in. Each one of those has their own skills and stuff as well, which is really, really cool. We can go into our office here, and you can have a look at tips, controls, change settings, change your character, and change your airline. So say, for example, if we wanted to change our airline, we could go with Greenbird. Let's say we go with Greenbird, which is that. So let's confirm that, because I kind of don't like that orange, the orange and white. All right, lovely. So now what we want to do is we want to go into a flight. And we're going to do our first flight. I've done the nav lesson, I've done the circuit, and gained experience for that. And you gain experience as you go up as well. So let's have a look at what routes are available. We've only got one, which is, I would say that would be what, Vancouver to Victoria or something, maybe. So let's take that. I don't think there's any other flights available at the moment, so that's all we've got. It's 190 kilometers. One of the beauties about this game is once you take off and you get into your you get established and all that type of stuff, you have the option to skip the flight or to fly it. So now we've got wind is normal, visibility is normal here. So let's go and do this. Here's our aircraft. Everybody's boarding. I love it. So we've got 14 passengers on board. We're going 190 kilometers, 98% overall condition on our aircraft, and runway 0826 is where we're taking off from. You can have a look at your passenger layout, as well as I thought you could have a look at your flight. Yeah, you can have a look at your flight. So we're leaving here and we're heading around here and into Victoria there. So occupancy is 35%. I believe you can. No, you can't. I thought you could move people around, but it gives you an idea of where your people are, so, which is really cool. There's our crew sitting up there. We've got our pilot, our co-pilot, our stewardess, and our steward. Let's get stuck straight into it, shall we? Now, I am using an Xbox controller. ATC want us to turn heading 264 and maintain 4,000. So we're going to go 264 and enter that, and 4,500 is what they want us to maintain. We're going to hit that, so we'll do that. We'll do that, which is okay, and we will accept that there. Beautiful. We are ready to take off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 15 degrees of flaps in, and we are going to go. All right, lovely. I'll just drop my view down just a little bit. We'll go to 100% on the throttle and the RPM. And as I said, it's not a simulator. It's It's kind of it's a lot more arcadey than that, but I really like it so far. I really like it. All right, let's bring the nose up a little bit, and up we go. There we go, and we'll bring our gear up, and you can hear that going up, and the sounds are really good in it as well. Lovely. And we'll establish a bit of a climb. We'll bring our flaps up, and then we will turn our autopilot on. So the co-pilot's confirming, following heading and altitude set on the nav panel, and we will wait for air traffic control to give us some more instructions. Now I believe you can go out and have a look, which is really cool. I love it. And then you can get a bit of a flyby as well. I actually didn't bring our flaps up all the way. I actually put them to 30. So, but that's all right. Might do a little bit of damage on our aircraft. And then the other thing that you can do is you can, I believe, have a look at what other aircraft are flying around as well. So you can see we've got an Air Asia there, we've got an Air Classic there. They're the only two other aircraft that are in the sky at the moment, and they're our competition, obviously. So we'll close that off. What else can you do? We can have a look at our map. We can have a look at, well, that shows the air traffic control that's around here. Destination, the ADF is 53525, and the course is 90. 53525. So if we go up into here and we go 53529 and course 90, we'll accept all of that. And air traffic control wants us to turn heading 257. 7,500, 257, enter, and 7,500. One thing that I have noticed is I don't seem to get a ding, or it'd be nice to get some sort of confirmation that air traffic control are contacting you, and I didn't hear any. I may have missed it, to be honest, but the cockpit is not interactive, but there we go. You can advance to the final leg. I don't think we will. Let's continue on with our route. Let's go 191. Enter that 191 and enter, and 8623. 8623 and enter that and accept. There we go, and the aircraft will do what it needs to do. And here we go. So yeah, it is Victoria we're going to from Vancouver. Gives you runway headings here, which is really cool. And you can see where we are, and you can see where the other aircraft are on the map as well. So let's close that off. We'll keep our eye on it. We can check in with the crew. Turbulence, how's everything in the cabin? So let's ask how everything in the cabin is. There we go, it's looking crazy. There's a woman claiming she saw a reptilian. Geez, I told you to hide the reptilian. Okay, so what else can we do? There we go. All right, lovely. We can also ask about the menu if we wish. Let's get a bit of a thing out. How's everything? How's the menu for the flight? Let's have a squiz at that. There we go. Your favourite pasta and meatballs. Can I have some? Sure. Lovely. Thank you. There we go. So a little bit of interaction there. And I do believe you can tell them to get passengers ready for landing. I think turbulence ahead. Prepare passengers, please. No, you can't. All right, cool. There we go. I don't know whether you have any issues or anything like that in the cabin as you go. I haven't got that far yet, so Let's have a quick squiz at the map. We're almost at our halfway point, which is really, really cool. And air traffic control will guide us in. There we go. Heading 191 and 7,500. So 7,500, enter 191, 191, enter and accept that. And I'm going to drop the throttle down to probably about maybe 79, just to slow us down a little bit while we're descending. The co-pilot automatically did the flaps, so the co-pilot kind of does a little bit of stuff, and I'd love to see your co-pilot sitting in here, but that would be a lot of modelling, considering that you know, they're random faces and stuff like that, so which is really cool. There we go. So we're doing 240 knots, 79% on throttle. We're heading at 191, and our altitude is, we're stabilizing at 7,500. So we should slow down a little bit now as well, which will be fine. Let's have a quick squiz. Waiting for this waypoint to come up here, and there we go. Look at that. I actually really enjoy. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know whether you can hear it in my voice, but I am really enjoying it. And there's the pilots there, the pilot and co-pilot. So mind you, this I don't believe is us flying, but yeah, there we go. We'll do a flyby. Lovely. Look at that. Now, as I said, I'm using an Xbox controller, and the Xbox controller is it seems relatively good. Turn heading 108 and maintain 4,500. 108, enter, and 4,500, enter, and we'll accept that. Lovely. So we are turning to intercept the runway now. Now it is a little bit touchy on the controls, so it's not necessarily that easy to land, I can tell you. There we go, and I cannot see the runway in front of us at the moment. It's over there somewhere, and I can't see any runway lights or anything, so... But, yeah, retro flight sim. I would have killed for a game like this back in the day, when I first started, when I first started gaming and stuff. Heading 8-9. Heading 8-9 and 2854. 2854, enter and accept that. And you can see we are now at full flaps, which is cool. Our gear is up, the autopilot is still on, but we will take over at some point in time. We're doing 186 knots. I don't know what the speed for this is. I can see the runway in front of us. I'm going to reduce the speed, and I'm going to bring our landing gear down. And you can see that we are currently lined up with the runway on the ADF here, which is pretty cool. There we go. And I will turn the autopilot off at some point in time. But we'll wait until we've descended to the height that we need to descend to. I'm just going to reduce our speed a little bit as well. So I'll reduce our throttle to about 50%. And we'll come in and do a bit of a landing. Now, I do believe you get ratings on your flight as well. By passengers when they embark, which is pretty cool. I don't think we can. How's how's everything in the cabin? How's the menu for the flight? No, so we've just still got the same thing. Be nice if you could call for them to prep for landing and all that type of stuff, which would be really cool. We are heading down. We are nearly at our altitude now. And I'm probably going to take over in a sec, so there we go. We have hit altitude. And I believe I should be able to turn the autopilot off now. And we'll get confirmation of that. There we go. And we'll bring this. We'll try and bring this aircraft in. But as I said, it is very tough. It's very, very tough to sort of keep it lined up and stuff, which is a little bit realistic, to be honest. There we go. Autopilot switched off. Go visual for landing. Confirm that the gear is down. Autopilot is off, and we are at. I'm going to bring the throttle up a little bit. There we go. A little bit more throttle, probably maybe just over 50%. Speed is 120 knots. I think we do need a little bit more speed, a little bit more throttle just to maintain a bit of height. So we will do that. Hello, sweetie. How you going? My little darling just came in. And she's giving me a little hug. I'll come in and see you after I finish recording. All right, sweetie? I love you. Thank you for the kiss on the elbow. All right, and in we go. In we go for landing. I'm going to reduce the speed now. And see if we can't do a relatively decent touchdown. There we go. Now you can do the taxi to the apron, and you get extra XP for doing that. So let's try and keep this. It gets a little bit less stable the slower you go. I'm going to drop the throttle down a little bit more, and we'll see if we can't hit the piano keys, which I'm not sure we're going to get to be honest. A little bit tough. There we go. A little bit tough. And we'll drop the throttle right back. There we go. We've done our first flight. I'm going to bring the throttle up a little bit. We will bring the flaps up. And we will taxi. There we go. So 46 experience points. We've completed the flight successfully. And we can. Passenger contentment was 31%. Let's proceed to gate, and we'll taxi to the gate, because why not, right? There we go. We'll follow the taxiway, but I don't know. I get a little bit of sort of retro-y kind of vibes out of this, and I'm just liking it. I'm liking I do a lot of flight sim. I flew in real life. Got my pilot's license in real life and flew. And I get very, very serious when I'm flying flight sim. I fly everything exactly as it should be flown in real life. And that's the pilot in me, I guess. So it's really, really nice to jump into this and actually just have a little bit of fun, relax, chill out. I'm looking forward to building up a company and stuff. So yeah, definitely let me know if you guys would like me to do like a little mini series of this as we move up with the aircraft into different aircraft and all that type of stuff. I don't think there's any ground traffic here, so I'm just going to put a little bit more throttle in. Yeah, but super fun. And to be honest, like the landing and stuff like that is actually quite fun. It can be a little bit difficult, and but seriously, Just absolutely loving it. You don't have to do any shutdown or startup or anything like that. It's just pure enjoyment, pure retro enjoyment. Just loving it to death, and it'll be really cool once to get into some bigger planes and stuff like that. You know, get into the Embraers and things like that. It's really, really cool. Now, I don't know, I probably should have done a little bit of research. Let's cross this runway. I probably should have done a little bit of research, I think, on this before I started recording, in regards to what their plans are and stuff with it, what type of roadmap they have and stuff. But if I do further episodes, I will definitely do that and let you guys know. You know, they might have other plans for other aircraft and stuff like that, other maps and other areas. So, but very, very cool, guys. Just going to reduce that throttle, and we'll just come in here nice and slowly. There we go. Just like we would do it in real life, but in retro life. Try and line that wheel up. And here we go. Let's drop that down. And there we go. So you can see people, you can see our passengers here, all kind of giving us ideas on what it is. We've got... She was angry. I don't know why she was angry. But there's a few love hearts in there, and there's a few just non-compliant, just nonchalant people. But you see them all walk through here, which is really, really cool. Keep the plane maintained, secure safety for the next flight. Smooth flight will secure passenger satisfaction. I think that was a pretty smooth flight, right? Let's end that flight there. And there we go. I don't know how much money we got for that. Let's head into our office and see if we can find it. I can't find it, so I'm not exactly sure how much money we actually done. But here's the character. You can for some reason you can just change your character, so at any particular time. So let's go her. Yep, there we go. We'll accept that. Now, there you go. This, guys, is Legendary Pilots. It's a retro kind of flight simmy, kind of airline management game, and it's all about doing flights, getting better aircraft, leveling up your crew, leveling up yourself, and all that type of stuff. And yeah, I personally absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. If we have a look at profile, it might, there we go, profile is in there. And cash, flights 1, there is a ranking right here. So Greenberg, we're sitting up on top of the rank there, but I mean, you know, there we go for now. Let's go back to profile right there, and I can't see I can't see any idea of exactly what money we've earned and where we've earned it. So, like, I don't know. Can we see that flight there? We can't, but you can see my crew here as well. So I guess that's where we added our aircraft if we want to change crew and stuff. So the better the crew, obviously, the better their attitude, the better experience your customers have as well. So I am a cadet. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.